Pause to consider the essence of the causes behind events. Strip them of their superficial elements and analyze their core. Contemplate how long this cause has persisted, tracing it through time, and recognize how it serves as part of the natural order. Understanding this will reveal that many causes are fleeting, as their power is bound to dissolve with time. Reflect on how many miseries and troubles you have endured because you expected happiness to come from external sources. Your understanding's natural role is to align with its true function, to think clearly and act justly. When you stray from this alignment, no external possession or achievement can fill the void. Contentment arises not from wealth, status, or approval, but from living in harmony with your inner principles. When someone accuses or reproaches you, don't react defensively. Instead, look into their mind to understand their reasoning. Observe their values and motivations, and you will often find confusion or ignorance at the root of their hostility. Once you understand their perspective, you may find their opinions less troubling. This insight helps you maintain composure and extend compassion, remembering that even those who wrong you are part of the same human family. The unfolding events of life are not random, they are part of the universe's harmonious rhythm. Everything from the smallest detail to the grandest event is interconnected. Either the universe operates under a divine intelligence, or all things occur by necessity. In either case, trust that you can align with the flow of events. If a higher order governs the universe, then embrace its wisdom. If all is chance, use your reason to navigate life prudently and with dignity. Think of how quickly time moves, carrying us from one stage of existence to another. Picture the earth, eventually swallowing all that it holds, and itself transforming over the eons. As countless generations pass, the cycles of creation and decay continue unbroken. When you step back to view this endless flow of change, worldly concerns shrink to their proper size. Consider the lives of those celebrated for their power, wisdom, or achievements. Many of them, despite their lofty status, were plagued by inner turmoil. Alexander the Great conquered the known world, yet he was a slave to his ambition. Reflect on their humanity, flawed, finite, and vulnerable to the same end as all others. True greatness lies not in the applause of the crowd, but in simplicity, modesty, and a life lived in harmony with nature. Imagine standing on a mountaintop, observing the world below. You see the bustling of cities, the ceaseless flow of trade, and the lives of countless individuals. Some celebrate new beginnings, while others mourn their losses. These shifting scenes reveal the fleeting nature of human concerns. Use this elevated perspective to remind yourself that fame, wealth, and worldly struggles are transient and ultimately insignificant in the grand scheme. Much of what troubles us stems from our own beliefs. When you identify the assumptions or judgments that cause your distress, you'll find that you have the power to release them. By letting go of false opinions, you create space for tranquility and clarity. Freedom lies in realizing how few external things truly matter. Reflect on the brevity of life, both for yourself and others. Everything you see will soon pass away, just as those who came before you have vanished into history. The recognition of life's impermanence is not cause for despair, but a reminder to live fully in the present and to meet each moment with gratitude. When others criticize or flatter you, pause to consider their motivations. Are their actions driven by virtue, or are they influenced by vanity, ignorance, or self-interest? Once you understand their mindset, you'll be less affected by their words. Whether they praise or blame you, Remember that their opinions are reflections of their character, not of your worth. Change is the law of the universe, and the nature of all things is to transform. What seems like loss or destruction is often a step in the cycle of renewal. Recognize that every alteration contributes to the harmony of the whole. Embrace change as a creative force, essential to the unfolding beauty of life. Reflect on the substance of the things we value so highly. Luxuries like gold, silk, or fine marble are merely refined forms of earth, animal byproducts, or stone. Even our own bodies are made of perishable materials. Recognizing the true nature of these things can free you from undue attachment, reminding you that their worth is limited and fleeting. When you feel troubled, ask yourself, is this truly unbearable? Can I not endure this moment without complaint? Often you'll find that the cause of your distress is not as formidable as it first appears. Narrow your focus to the present and summon your inner strength to meet the challenge calmly. Whether you observe life over a century or a day, the fundamental truths remain unchanged. The same patterns of birth, growth, and decay persist through all of history. Let this constancy reassure you that your place in the cycle is as natural as the rising and setting of the sun. If someone wrongs you, remember that their actions stem from ignorance or misguided beliefs. Their sin harms them more than it harms you. Respond with patience and understanding, knowing that your peace depends on your own conduct, not theirs. Justice arises from recognizing our shared humanity. Treat others with fairness and respect, not because they deserve it, but because it is the right thing to do. Even when faced with hostility or ingratitude, maintain your commitment to justice, knowing that your virtue is its own reward. Fear often stems from false beliefs. If you fear death, remind yourself that it is either a state of no sensation and thus no harm, or a transition to another form of existence. Release your fear by aligning your thoughts with reason and accepting the natural order of life. Nothing external can force you to act against your principles. Even in the face of oppression or suffering, you retain the power to choose your response. Strengthen your will by remembering that no one can truly harm you without your consent. True joy comes from living in accordance with your values. Seek not the fleeting pleasures of the senses, but the enduring satisfaction of a virtuous life. By aligning your actions with reason and justice, you create a source of inner peace that cannot be shaken by external events. The pursuit of fame or recognition is often misguided. Those who praise you today may condemn you tomorrow, and their opinions are shaped by their own limited understanding. Focus instead on earning the approval of your inner conscience, which is the only judgment that truly matters. No matter where life takes you, your mind remains your sanctuary. External circumstances may change, but your inner peace depends solely on how you choose to think and act. Cultivate a mindset that remains steadfast and content, regardless of what happens around you. Adversity challenges us to grow and strengthens our character. Instead of lamenting difficulties, see them as opportunities to practice courage, patience, and perseverance. Each hardship is a lesson, shaping you into a more capable and resilient individual. Everything in the universe is interconnected, and nothing happens in isolation. Recognizing this unity can help you accept life's trials with grace, understanding that they are part of a greater whole. Embrace your role in the cosmic order, contributing to its harmony through your actions. Your mind has the capacity to remain free and unconquerable. By training it to focus on what is within your control and to release attachment to external outcomes, You build an inner fortress that no force can breach. Let your thoughts be guided by reason, and you will find peace even in the most turbulent times. When confronted with difficulties, separate the facts from your interpretations. A setback is simply an event. It becomes a hardship only if you label it so. By recognizing this distinction, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and gain clarity to respond effectively. Everything in the universe is recycled, transformed into new forms through natural processes. This eternal cycle ensures that nothing is truly lost, only changed. By embracing this perspective, you can approach life's endings and transitions with acceptance and trust in the greater order. Perform each task with focus and sincerity, avoiding distractions or unnecessary complications. Simplicity is not a lack of effort, but a disciplined commitment to doing what matters most. Let each action reflect your highest principles, and you will live a life of integrity and purpose. Just as a spring remains clear despite the dirt thrown into it, so too can your mind remain pure amidst life's challenges. Cultivate inner clarity by rejecting bitterness and resentment, allowing your thoughts and actions to flow from a place of wisdom and compassion. To know yourself, you must understand your place within the universe. Study its patterns, its purpose, and its interconnections, and you will see that your life is both unique and part of a greater whole. This awareness brings humility and a sense of belonging. Your mind, like the air around you, is part of a universal substance that connects all things. By aligning your thoughts with this greater reason, you tap into a source of wisdom that transcends individual concerns. Let this connection guide your decisions and sustain your inner peace. Evil actions harm the perpetrator more than the victim. When faced with wrongdoing, remember that your reaction determines its impact on you. Respond with patience and forgiveness, knowing that you have the power to preserve your integrity. Like the sunbeam that shines without diminishing, let your influence extend outward without losing its source. Share your wisdom and kindness freely, knowing that these qualities grow stronger through their expression. Death is a natural part of life, either a release into nothingness or a transition to another existence. Accept it with courage, trusting in the order of the universe. By freeing yourself from the fear of death, you gain the freedom to live fully. Every person you encounter offers an opportunity for growth. Teach those who are willing to learn, and bear patiently with those who are not. By approaching others with understanding and compassion, you strengthen your own character and contribute to the harmony of the whole. The mind's movement is deliberate, not impulsive. Approach each decision with careful consideration, weighing the consequences and aligning your actions with your principles. This mindfulness ensures that your efforts lead to meaningful outcomes. Seek to understand the minds of others and to make your own thoughts clear. This mutual transparency fosters trust, empathy, and the exchange of wisdom, enriching both your life and the lives of those around you.